Okay guys, what we're going to do is draw an outer space landscape today. Our paper should be the elephant way. I'm starting with a line that's not perfectly straight that goes horizontally across my paper. Normally we say this is the horizon line. We're going to make several layers, so we want the line that's closest to the top of our page when we're done drawing to be the horizon line. So I'm just drawing a couple lines that are not straight. We want it to look a little bit rocky, and they go up and down, and they have like some zigzags, sort of like it's sharp rocks. So I made those two lines pretty close together. Now, whenever I see like a little point in my line, I'm going to draw a line from the top line to the bottom one. They don't have to be perfectly straight, but they should be vertical, going up and down. This is going to make it look like it's a crevice or like it's got a big hole that you could fall into. I'm going to add this line that goes all the way across as my actual horizon line. So now I've got the sky at the top and our ground at the bottom. So I'm going to start adding some planets in the sky, different sizes. So I'm going to make another planet that's just really big. I'm going to put it so it starts on the horizon line and it goes behind those other planets that I drew. Now I'm going to add some things to the foreground, so the front of our picture. I'm going to make these flat ovals. They'll look like craters, like they're little holes. And the way you do that, you make them look deep, is by adding that little colored in or shaded part at the bottom of your oval. I'm going to add some little rocks to give our planet some texture. Adding a little bit more texture to that little crevice. I don't know if it's a little one, it actually might be a really big one. I'd be careful if you stepped over it. Who knows what's down there? Adding just some more, still adding texture and a shadow. So I'm going to make another crater. This one's going to stand up off of the ground, and I'm just making in a regular or a free-form shape. Free-form shape is a shape that doesn't really have a name, like a square or a rectangle. It's just kind of a shape that you make up. And I'm making these little lines that come down from it. So it looks a little bit like the crevice, but this one is standing up, so it's popping up above the ground, making it look a little bit jagged like a rock would be. And then I want it to look like there's a hole, so what I'm going to do is shade in this little part in the middle so it looks like you could kind of go down inside there, or something could pop up. I made part of the shadow darker. It just makes it look like there are like walls inside that crater. Same thing with this guy. I think this guy's just going to be a rock, though. I'm just making these little edges on it so they're not flat. Adding some more. I'm going to add some lines, some swirls in the sky just to make it interesting. I just made a little eyeball, a little alien poking its eyeball into my picture here. Maybe there's going to be one that's popping out of one of my craters. Now you can make those any way you like. And I'm going to add almost like some rocks or mountains that are in the background. So these are on top of the horizon line. That way our picture looks like it has depth. So these would be like super far away from where I am. I'm making some that overlap, so some in front, some behind. Then I'm going to make a rounded shape with a rounded rectangle on it. And this little shape on the side. I'm thinking you probably know what that is or what it's going to be. He's just popping his head up there to see what's going on. He's in the front, so he's a little bit bigger. He's got a friend over here on the other side, and he's smaller because he's further away. I believe they're looking for an imposter. I hope it's not you. Hope you had fun today. What we're going to do with these is just save them when you come to school next week. Please bring them with you because we will work on coloring them at school for our next lesson. If we're still at home next week, look for another lesson on how to color. We're going to make some things look even more three-dimensional using our coloring skills. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.